Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Our Golden 20s. My name is Sadie, and I'm joined with Teagan. And today we are talking about something I don't think we've actually talked about on the podcast before, which is fashion. So I feel like we're like those lifestyle, like influencers is maybe a stretch, but you know, when it's like we just talk about life and then we throw in the odd fashion one and all of a sudden we're like, yeah, we're fashion girls too. That is what today's episode is all about. So obviously, you know, transitioning from summer to fall, we're going to talk a little bit about that, and then also just the basics of a capsule wardrobe, because I know that is super popular right now, and just like little style hacks. And also, Teagan and I will actually be in Nashville when you guys are listening to this for Teagan's Bachelorette. So I thought it would be super fun just at the end to add how to pack for a trip, knowing people are starting to travel again. So that is what we have in store for you guys today.
I feel like you are definitely qualified to talk about fashion. I don't know that I am.
Really?
But
I think
that's
the
fine.
opposite. Okay, I feel like, okay, so I went to school for fashion business management, and everyone's always like, oh, like, you're a fashion person. And it's like, I like fashion, but I honestly would not consider myself a fashionable person. Like, I'm somebody who I love to shop. Obviously, you guys already know that about me, and I will spend like money on clothes that I love, whatever. But when it comes to like actually piecing things together to have like a super stylish outfit, I just can't really do it. People are like, then why are we here listening to this episode?
Yeah.
But I think we can help each other just chat this through. Where Tag, I feel like you always have those like details that make every outfit you wear really stylish, even if it's not like those like super like trendy statement pieces. You always like bring something to every outfit that makes it very put together.
I feel like I just genuinely wear what makes me happy, which 99% of the time is not fashionable, but that's the life I lead. And I've just embraced that.
I think that's so good. I love that.
Yeah, if you were to see my outfit right now as we're recording, I'm wearing cream corduroy pants with a orange striped shirt I bought at Garage, I think 8 years ago or something like that. And I'm ready.
Love it.
And I'm living my comfy life. This is why I have to work in the arts, because then you can just wear whatever stupid thing you want to wear and it's like cool.
Oh my God, I love that. I'm literally wearing pajamas, but this is actually a really great point I wanted to make. And I feel like we can kind of pose a challenge out to you guys if you're still working from home and you find you're wearing pajamas all the time, or just like your comfy lounge clothes a lot still. I think as we kind of go through this, maybe just like think of how you can put together like outfits and whatnot for your work days, because even working from home, because it really like helps add to your productivity and just like boost your mood and whatnot. So I feel this is a classic example of right now I'm literally in my pajamas as we're recording this, but I probably shouldn't be. So oh man.
Fine.
So so Tig, do you have any like go-to outfits that you like find yourself wearing time and time again?
Yeah, I kind of rock the same formula that's jeans and a t-shirt 99% of the time. And so like back when I started working, I had like 3 pairs of skinny jeans that I would cycle through. Now I don't own actually I own 1 pair of skinny jeans. But so, and then it's just like a weird shirt or sweater or whatever. But I'm a big t-shirt person because my body temperature like fluctuates. If I'm running around doing crazy things, I get super hot. So then I'll throw on like a flannel or a cardigan or like a jean jacket. And then I wear like the same shoes every day. If it's the summer, I wear Birkenstocks. If it's like work or spring, autumn, I wear like my white Adidas shoes, and then in the winter I wear just like little boots. And then I kind of just rock that because it takes a lot of the decision making out of it, I'll say.
Yeah, 100%. I'm also a huge like jeans and t-shirt type person, and I feel like anytime I watch a movie and like, you know, I'm like a huge rom-com chick flick girl, I feel like there's always a scene where the main character girl wears just like a basic tee and jeans, and like she just has this very like girl next door vibe. I feel like that is the vibe I want, but anytime I see it on other people, it just looks so much more put together, where when I put that on, I'm like, it literally looks like I'm just wearing jeans and a t-shirt. But I've found like the past year or so, I've started just like, now I have like a necklace I wear every single day. Actually, I have two that I rotate through. I like wear earrings every single day. If you know me, you know I literally am always wearing earrings because I feel naked without them. But it's even like adding rings or a belt or something, like it just like elevates kind of that basic jean or basic t-shirt and jeans look and makes it something you could wear literally every day. And like you said, it could be a white t-shirt, it could be like a band t-shirt, it could be just like a sweater or something, but that is also my go-to outfit formula.
Yeah, and I feel like working from home, I love like comfy mom jeans. I swear if you get a good pair that fit you well, that you love, it's like just as comfy as wearing sweatpants. Just a bold statement, but I stand by it. That is a bold
statement.
Yeah. Like my favorite pair is from Levi's, and I literally wore them so much during quarantine. I ripped holes in both knees, and then I ripped through like the butt thigh area because I would wear them so frequently, and then I rebought them. And yeah. They're so good.
Yeah, I feel like jeans is something that is kind of hard. Like it's very personal to your body type, what, you know, style works on you. And I feel like people are very insecure about maybe like their lower tummy area, so they wear high-rise jeans to cover it up, or people are insecure about their thighs or whatever. Like I feel like buying jeans is a very like experiential like experience, I was gonna say, but very personal experience. But once you find a pair, I am on the exact same page where I just buy them over and over again. And like if they come in different washes, I'll get the exact same style, but in all the other colors or whatever, because that's the key. Yeah. I don't have any Levi's, but I usually get my jeans from American Eagle, to be honest with you guys. And I just got their mom jeans this week actually, and they're still kind of like made of their jegging material, which I find so comfy, versus like my Zara mom jeans that are like really stiff, and anytime I sit down, like I stand up with a huge wedgie and it's just not very flattering. But I'm a huge fan of the American Eagle jeans.
Yeah, I feel like I've had a couple pairs of Levi's, and I have had it. My problem is that no matter what type of jeans I wear, eventually I will rip the inner thighs, because it's just like I have very strong, big thighs. That's just what life is. And so in the past, I used to get them repaired by Levi's, because if you bring them to a Levi's store, they'll repair them. But I find that if there's too much like elastic, I guess, in the denim, it like doesn't become worth it, because they just start to like lose their shape. So now I've kind of started to move towards more just like traditional denim, and I find the jeans just last a lot longer. I've also heard that apparently denim, like when it's made, is like the dark blue. So if you get lighter washes, that just means they're distressed more. I don't know. And so it's worse for the environment, and your jeans don't last as long. So I also try to lean more towards darker wash in hopes that they'll last me longer. Because like once you break in a pair of jeans, it's like shoes. You don't want to give them up because they're so comfy.
Yeah, 100%. And you literally wear them until, there's holes in them, because you're like, I refuse to throw these out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. I think the other like go-to outfit I have is some sort of like t-shirt dress and a jacket. And my t-shirt dress is actually more like tank top, but it's like a, cotton jersey kind of fabric. So super casual. But again, you can like swap out what kind of jacket you have. So if it's like a denim jacket, it's a little more like, just casual daytime look. Or you could do like a leather jacket and then it's like, okay, more like maybe an evening look. Same with the shoes. So again, I think it can be dressed up or down, but it's another one that I go to when I'm like, I have no idea what to wear, or the worst when it's like, I know where, or I'm going out, but I don't know the vibe of where I'm going. Like, I don't know what my friend is going to wear. So it's like that good middle ground of can be dressed up or dressed down.
Yeah, I feel that it's really good to have like a couple staple pieces. Like I'm thinking if I say work all day from home, I'll be rocking just like jeans and a t-shirt. And then if I want to go out, I can just throw on a blazer or throw on like a jean jacket if I want to rock a Canadian tuxedo. And it feels to me like, ooh, you're putting in a conscious effort to like get ready to go out. But it's literally just like putting on one extra item that doesn't even have to be that expensive.
Yeah, I feel that way about dresses too, where people are like, oh, you're wearing a dress. Like, for some reason, that's more effort than choosing two pieces of clothing that work together in an outfit.
Yeah.
Like, it's actually lower effort, but for some reason, it just feels more put together when you wear a dress. So, I don't know. Yeah, very bizarre. But I think we've talked a bit about, like, how many micro decisions we have to like make in a day, if it's, what we're going to wear, what we're going to eat, whatever. And it can like really add up to like, stress or anxiety on top of all the other things we have going on in our lives in our 20s. So I feel like it was a good idea to like start this episode with those go-to outfit formulas, and just as a listener, maybe think through what your go-to outfit formulas are, because I'm sure you have them if you know it or not. And then having these go-tos is really just a great way to get rid of some of those micro decisions in your day. Like if you don't need to think about what you're going to wear for an hour every morning, then you're way more likely to actually get dressed. Or, if you're invited out and you start stressing about what you're going to wear, like if you have some just like go-to outfits that are flattering and like make you happy, then, it just makes things a lot easier. So definitely something to think about.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel like something else that makes everyone's wardrobe easier is having a wardrobe of good staple and basic items. And I feel like the whole idea of a capsule wardrobe has been extremely popular the past few years. And for anybody who doesn't really know, like a capsule wardrobe is essentially what I just said. So it's when you really invest in good staples and just like wardrobe basics that are timeless and classic styles. So there's styles that you can mix and match and wear with, one another, and get a whole bunch of different outfits from just a handful of items. It's also really good because it's a lot more like environmentally friendly when you're investing in like good quality pieces rather than, those quick one-time wears from Zara and H&M. So it's more environmentally friendly, obviously, but also even economically friendly.
Yeah, I feel like you've seen, like, I feel like especially for me, in the time I've been on TikTok, I've seen like 8 different full wardrobe sort of change trends come and go. And so I feel like it's easy, especially like when you're younger and you're trying to kind of figure out your personal style, to be like, okay, I'm going to dress up this way. I need a whole new wardrobe. Obviously, you can't afford a whole new wardrobe unless you're buying from places like Shein and Zara. And then when inevitably this style goes out of trend or out of style in like 2 months, you're stuck with like a wardrobe full of cheap clothes.
Yeah.
And you have to do it all again. Whereas if you have the basics and then you can kind of swap out the trends here and there, but you're not having to buy like a full new wardrobe because this month you want to dress like a visco girl, but then next month you want to dress like you're in the 70s, and then, you know.
100%. And I think like that's it, bang on. And like the biggest thing for me is just like the environmental impact too. Like I just hate it.
Yeah.
Like if you literally, I think there's a lot of things in social media right now that like really contribute obviously to like consumerism and like overbuying, and like fashion influencers is one of them, where people can't be seen wearing the same outfit twice on social media. Like I do not believe in that at all. Like I feel we are shameless outfit repeaters because it's just not sustainable to wear something different every single day. You know what I mean? And to tap into all those trends and for your whole wardrobe just to be seasonally relevant like items. And then once it's done, you basically just throw them out and they sit in a landfill while you restock your wardrobe for another season. Like it just doesn't make sense. Yeah. So I've seen people do capsule wardrobes for seasons, but I think they're really so like spring and summer versus fall and winter. But I feel like a lot of the pieces are the same regardless of the season. Like a basic is a basic. So I think like a year-round capsule wardrobe is a great place to start. And Tag, actually, you said how, I felt that urge to just like totally reinvent my wardrobe and just be like, I'm going to emerge out of this pandemic a totally new woman. I want to like wow all my friends with my outfits. And the place that I always like to start is just like, okay, well, let's look at your basics because you can make so many different outfits with those. Invest in those, make sure those are like, looking good and in good shape. And then you can think about some of those trendier pieces. But it all starts with the basics.
Yeah. And I feel like I feel like when I was in high school, I would be just buying like things that were like trendy or interesting to me. And then it was like, as I got older, I started investing into pieces that I guess like could be part of a capsule wardrobe or like these basic staples. And then those are the things that without even thinking about it, like you wear the most, like investing in a good pair of just like plain black boots. Like you wear those every day more so than if you were to get like really trendy, crazy boots that are only going to match 1% of your outfit. So you wear them like 3 times a season.
Exactly.
And if you think about the things that you're buying as breaking them down, the price into like how often you'll wear them and how much wear you'll get out of them. Like something, say, from H&M, a really funky shirt from H&M. I sound like I'm 80 years old. Say it's really cheap, but then it's going to get a hole in it after 4 washes. Well, that's not that cheap if you're going to buy, a basic that's maybe going to be a little more expensive, but that you can wear for the next 10 years.
Yeah. Exactly. And I think about like, I'm just kind of coming full circle. So I've mentioned before that I used to work at Anthropologie, and obviously everybody knows Anthro is extremely pricey. But I started working there 7 years ago when I first moved to Toronto, and I still have clothes from there that I got in my first year of working there. Like the things I've had to throw out were because they didn't fit anymore, not because the quality was sacrificing. So it's like, yes, they're more expensive than H&M. And obviously, while I was working there, I had a discount, so that enabled me to buy the clothes. Right now, it is obviously more of like a, I guess, privileged to be able to afford those things. But if you really think about it, buying, like you said, like a blouse from H&M for $20 versus a blouse from Anthro for $80 or however much it is, like I've literally had my blouses from Anthro for 7 years and they look brand new, mine, never mind the H&M blouse that, would get a hole within a few washes. So I think looking at the price per wear is like such a good idea. Yeah. I think some of those capsule wardrobe pieces or things that you could consider investing in, obviously I like to start with like basic teas. We already talked about how we're big tea girls. So a white tea, you know, I think white teas are easily stained even just from like sweat and whatever.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say like invest in those, but have them, you know, on hand. And same with a black or a gray tea. I have a soft spot for gray tea, so I had to include that. Also, like basic sweaters. I think just like classic colors like a navy blue or again a black or a gray sweater. Like you can style that with so many different things. If it's skirts, you know, a trouser or like a jean, like so many different ways you can wear sweaters. Also, typically like capsule wardrobes have some sort of striped top. If it's like a long sleeve, if it's a short sleeve, it's just like a very, in my mind, it's very like Parisian. So it'll always be in
chic.
style.
I love stripes. Like the people I work with, I wear stripes probably 5 days a week. Horizontal stripes
right now.
which is a faux pas apparently. But I don't know why. Some of them I have that are like the blue with white, like they have that Parisian vibe. But a lot of mine are more like, I feel like 60s and 70s toned. I don't know. I just love my stripes.
Yeah. Well, I think, like you said, just find what you love and wear it. Like whatever makes you happy. But also take comfort knowing striped tops are part of a capsule wardrobe.
My capsule wardrobe is only striped tops.
Yeah. Love it. We can get behind that. On a little bit more of, I guess, a fancier note or like, you know, less casual than a striped top is like a white Oxford button-up shirt. Like so many different ways you can wear that. If it's under a sweater and you have the collar poking out, if it's just, you know, as a white button-up shirt, that is often part of a capsule wardrobe, sorry. Same with like a chambray or denim shirt. So we already talked about that Canadian tuxedo. Another classic look, regardless if you're Canadian or not. We're just like pushing Canadianism on people through this podcast. No, just kidding. Blazers, leather jackets, you know, denim pants, like we've already talked about those things, but those are all capsule wardrobe basics. A little black dress, so kind of going back to that idea of a t-shirt dress, you know, if it's black, if it's long, if it's short, like so many different ways you can wear that to dress it up or down. But these are all ideas on the clothing side. We can also get into like jackets and shoes, like a trench coat, white sneakers, nude pumps, like all of this is things you can, like we said, mix and match and create infinite outfits with. And it's really just with a handful of items.
Yeah, I feel like this is like a perfect example of the people you see in your life who look put together. They probably have a wardrobe that looks very similar to that. And then they mix and match between like these staple pieces.
Yeah. And when you're investing in good quality staples, like I feel like maybe it's just because I'm a bit of a snob, I guess, on certain things, but like you can see when something's more quality. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like you can
for sure.
see when a blazer's from Aritzia and, you know, was probably going to last a few years over the blazer from Zara that is only going to last the season or whatever. So I feel like that also is like why those people who have the basics always look a little more elevated is just because they invest in those basics rather than like the fast fashion.
Definitely.
So if this piques your interest and you're like, okay, I'm sold, I want to, you know, transfer to a capsule wardrobe or start looking into that, I honestly feel like I learned about a capsule wardrobe from Pinterest. So you can just search that on Pinterest and you can only imagine the types of things that come up. You get like articles, you get like infographics with like visuals of what all these things look like, but it gives you a really great idea of what all you would kind of need, I guess, to get started, or at least things to think about the next time you're at the mall shopping around.
Yeah, I love that. Pinterest.
Yeah.
We're big fans of, obviously. I feel like no matter how specific your taste is, it just knows exactly what to recommend you.
Yeah. Like, I searched in Pinterest. So we're going to Nashville for Tegan's bachelorette and in literally a few days. So we're there right now as you're listening to this. But I searched on Pinterest like Nashville outfits or like what to wear in Nashville because you can literally get that specific. And then it's like, okay, here's all these ideas. And now I'm like, okay, great. Like, what do I have in my wardrobe to recreate these outfits? You know? And it's a great place to get inspiration.
I've seen things on Pinterest that are what to wear for a weekend in Toronto.
Yeah.
So cute. Like, that's the life I lead.
Let us know. Yeah.
Like, I should dress like that every day.
Yes. And I think, like, I'm obviously we're both huge Pinterest people, but I'll save. So if I see that and it's like what to wear in Toronto, I love it, I'll save it. And then anytime anybody asks me to do anything, like it's as simple as Tegan being like, hey, want to come over on Saturday? Or like, hey, want to grab dinner Tuesday night? Literally I go, yes. And then I go, what am I going to wear? And like my brain starts going off, you know? So I feel like having these ideas saved on Pinterest, as soon as I know what I'm doing and where I'm going, I open my Pinterest board of outfit ideas and I scroll through it until I see something that fits the occasion. And then again, shop my closet to put together something for that occasion. Like, I don't know if that's normal, but that's literally how my brain works.
I love that.
Yeah, people are like, no, that's not normal. You're just chaotic and you need help. Oh, man. And we're still not sponsored by Pinterest. So, like, what the hell?
Yeah, no kidding. That's
our biggest fans. Yeah. Oh, man. But I think when it comes to how to style an outfit, like, obviously, Pinterest is great for inspiration. But I also thought, just to reinforce what you said at the very beginning of this episode, Tag, where it's find what you like and what makes you happy and just wear that. I feel like especially in 2021, like you're seeing styles from the 70s, you're seeing styles from the 90s, you're seeing styles from like the early 2000s. It's like nobody cares anymore. Like it's a hodgepodge of all of the past decades and people are literally just wearing whatever makes them happy. Yeah. So you should too.
Yeah, and I feel like it's if you stop trying to dress like how other people are looking and try to dress like for what works for you, you'll be like so much happier. Like I remember growing up in the world of low-rise jeans and I was like, I don't understand because these jeans, and I used to be a skinny little lady and these jeans just did not work on me. And I was like, I don't understand because I'm skinny and it still looks awful. And now growing up, I realized like I have hip dips, which is a completely normal thing and it's genetic. So nothing you can do can change it. And I'm like, that's why it looked so awful because they would sit in my hip dips. But so now it's like, I know I can't wear low-rise jeans because it makes me uncomfortable. My body's not shaped that way. Not only from like a perspective of I think it doesn't look good on me, but from a literal comfort level of it like digging into me. Yeah. So once you get past that, like I feel like it can be helpful to try and find like style inspirations who have kind of a similar body type to you and kind of going from there and not just being like, well, Kim Kardashian wore that, so I'm going to wear that. Like you have to kind of adapt and figure out what works for you, and then it makes your life so much better.
Totally. And I think on top of body types is like we all have, I'm pretty sure anyway, we all have some sort of physical insecurity. You know what I mean? So if it's your hip dips, I'm not saying that's one of your insecurities, but maybe it is. Or if it's like we were saying earlier, your thighs or your lower tummy area is one for me. Or your arms. I know a lot of people are self-conscious of their arms. Like that is also personal where it's you want to make sure, you know, you're wearing whatever you're comfortable in. And there's probably also things that you love about your body that you probably want to dress. So those things are, you know, the main part of your outfit or like accentuated in your outfit where your insecurities are minimized in your outfit, you know? So yeah, it's definitely not a one size fits all approach, but finding what works for you and what makes you feel happy and confident is the ultimate goal.
Yeah. Another thing that I feel like you'll notice in people who look really put together, and the difference between someone who like rolled out of bed and put on jeans and a t-shirt and someone who looks together in jeans and a t-shirt is kind of how they styled it, with like what their hair looks like. Is their makeup done? Are they wearing jewelry? You know, like what kind of shoes are they wearing? What kind of, are they wearing a belt with it? Like the little details, I feel like can make a big difference. Like if you are wearing jeans and a t-shirt and you are wearing no jewelry and your hair is greasy and in like a ponytail that you threw in, like you're going to look less put together than someone who is like decked out in thought out pieces.
Yeah, 100%. I think that's a great like tip, is if you want to look put together and styled, then you need to put some effort into styling that outfit. Like that's that's where I honestly drop the ball every single time. Like I'm like, what do you mean I can't just put on this blouse and jeans and call it a day? But it is a good reminder. It's also like a reminder to buy those things. Like I went years without a belt. Like I didn't even think about it. And now when I put a belt on, I'm like, wow, like, you know, it's not really a functional belt. It's more so just to like look like that extra piece that completes the outfit, or the jewelry, you know, like again, one necklace is all it took to make my white t-shirt look totally different.
Yeah, I'm the exact same, where I am so lazy. And so I bought earrings that I can sleep in. And they're little like sleeper hoops, because if I don't, I will forget to wear earrings for like 6 months at a time. And it's a disaster, because then like I can't get earrings in the next time. No. So now it's just like, I know this about myself. These things are not a priority in my mind first thing in the morning. So I have like a necklace that I can go to and wear every single day that goes with everything. I have my earrings that I sleep in that are just simple little hoops. And then if I want to elevate it past that point, you know, you can take them out, swap it out. But you kind of have that staple. And same that I have like an everyday belt. And then I have other belts if I want to go crazy and try and switch it out. But I have the staples, like we've been saying, that if I don't have the mental energy, I can just go with that and know it'll work.
Yeah, you have those go-to basics. That's so good. A last kind of thing that came to mind on how to style an outfit, something that I feel I learned at Anthro in like styling people, especially because Anthro's very like whimsical patterns and stuff, is like to find a statement piece and then kind of work around that. So if it's like a really interesting printed pant, then, you know, try to find like a print that kind of works with that, you know, like print matching is like a totally different ball game, or maybe it's just like a basic top so the pants can stand out, or if it's, you know, opposite where it's like a really printed pretty blouse, then maybe just go with something basic on the bottom and then just kind of like build your outfit around that one piece. And another thing that they always said at Anthro was it's always all about the third layer. So if somebody comes out in just jeans and a t-shirt, find a third layer to suggest to them. If it's a jacket or, you know, kimono, some sort of like over piece, I wanted to say. I don't know if that's the right word. Or a third layer could also be a necklace and like just something else. Like your outfit should always have kind of 3 pieces to it, minimum.
I love that.
Yeah. So again, just some like food for thought. We're like, I don't know, I'm just feeling so inspired these days with like going out a little bit more, like obviously in a safe and responsible way, but I'm just like so excited to put outfits together again, where I'm like living right now. I'm loving this chat.
Yeah, I've been watching so many people on TikTok. Like I have a couple of fashion people that I follow, and I feel like their vibes are all very different. but I just love watching the way people put together outfits because I feel like it's kind of, you can justify anything. If it's making you happy and comfy, like go for it, especially during like New York Fashion Week. Like some of these outfits, I was like, this is the weirdest outfit I've ever seen and I love it and I'm living for this. And
I love that.
I just feel like, especially like you were saying before with TikTok and everything, like fashion's so out there. This is your chance to kind of like really dress how you want to.
Yes, I love that. Okay, kind of on that topic of just people wearing whatever they want and being here for it, I just started following this Instagram account called Watching New York. Okay, basically I'm following an Instagram account because I'm not on TikTok like Tegan. I'm not cool enough. I'm the millennial half of this podcast. Tegan's the Gen Z half. Even though we're like the same year,
same
whatever.
Age.
Anyways,
you're younger than me, technically.
Yeah. Anyways, all of this is to say, if you're not on TikTok, you don't need to miss out. You need to follow Watching New York on Instagram. And basically, okay, so their bio says, this is a photo project dedicated to what I consider fashion on the streets of New York. All candids of real life NYC street style. So it's literally just people in New York, which we already know are fabulous and extremely like goals all around. They're just like wearing, literally you'll see like the most random outfits and be like, why does this work? Or like, could I ever pull that off? Absolutely not. But this person is killing it. And it's just like so great. And it's also just people living their lives wearing whatever the heck they want to wear. So it's like, even if what they're wearing isn't something I would wear, it empowers you to wear whatever the heck you want to wear, you know? I love it so much. Yeah. And it's all like shot like street styles. So it's like paparazzi pictures of celebrities, but these are just like normal people. I don't know. I love it. I feel like if people were to be like, what is your favorite Instagram account right now? That would be it. That's how much I love it.
Wow.
Yeah. So now that I've hyped it up, go give it a follow.
Yeah.
Again, not sponsored.
Yeah.
So like we mentioned, we are both packing or packed for a trip to Nashville. And I feel like as soon as you're going on a trip, you obviously start planning your activities that you're going to do while you're there. And then you start thinking about what you're going to pack and what you're going to wear while you're there. So I feel like, Tag, we have nailed how to pack for a trip. And I feel like it would be a disservice if we didn't share the information with everyone else.
It's our, what's the word? Like, we need to get this word out. It's our civic duty to the people.
Yes, literally it is. So do you want to tell people how you pack for a trip?
Yeah. So I am a very, I want to say like practical person. Like as much as I would like to be the girl who's extra and wearing heels and like this crazy outfit, I'm a realist and I understand that like if I'm going to be walking 10 kilometers, that's not going to be the life that I live.
Yeah.
And so it kind of starts from there and picking things that work. Like when I was going to Hawaii, I would love to be like in the cutest little skimpiest bikini, but I have to pack a one piece because I want to go surfing. And I know that I will be nude on the beach if I don't. And so I think if you start from that angle and start packing and filling up space with the stuff that you know you need to bring. So if you are doing a hike, bring shorts that you can hike in and see how much room that takes up. And then the room that's left over, that's where you can kind of fill up with the fancier fun pieces, the like crazy dress you want to wear that one night or the cool shoes that you know you're only going to wear to brunch that one morning, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think like the key thing here is planning your outfits and matching it to an activity you're actually going to do on the trip. So like you're saying, if you know you're going on a hike, like, or you're hiking multiple times on that trip, like make sure that's what you're packing. And for me, I always literally try on the outfits I plan on wearing together prior to packing it. So I know what shirt I'm going to wear with what jeans or with what pants. And I'll make my outfits that way. and then I'll take pictures of those outfits. So it's all on my camera roll. So I just literally pack those things in my packing cubes, which I will talk about in a minute because I am a huge fan of packing cubes. And I'm just packing the things that I need essentially for what I'm going to do on the trip. So it is very practical, but it avoids like having 3 suitcases because you're like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to feel like wearing that day. Like, you already put thought into it. You already planned it out. And now you literally just need to open your camera roll, remember what you packed, and find those items in your suitcase. You know, it's not like rooting through your suitcase or eating up time in your trip trying to decide what you're going to wear. It's already been done.
Yeah, and I feel like when you just start throwing things in a suitcase, that's where you get into trouble. Like when you're not planning outfits for activities and you're just like, oh, I like this shirt, I'll throw it in. That's when you forget things and you show up and you're like, I packed 8 shirts and didn't pack a single pair of pants. Like,
exactly. Yeah. So true. And I don't know if you probably do, especially if you're Toronto based. We probably all follow Allegra Shaw on Instagram or watch her YouTube videos. And I just love her so much these days. So when she went to New York Fashion Week recently, she did like a little how it started versus how it's going. And she posted the picture on her stories of basically planning her outfit in her apartment when she's, not done up. Yeah. The picture she took to remember what outfit she packed, she posted that, and then she posted like her really, professional street style like posed photo where she's all done up wearing that same outfit as a how it started, how it's going. I just loved that so much. Yeah. And I was like, I'm so glad that other people pack this way too, because it really is a game changer. And people were messaging her being like, what app do you use to organize like the pictures of your outfits before you go on a trip? Yeah. And she's like, guys, it's literally my camera roll. Like I just create an album being like New York trip, save my photos there. And then I know what I have planned and it's easy to reference on the trip. And I was just like, yes, Allegra, you tell them, girl. Like, this is the way.
Yeah, I love that.
Okay, and then quickly going back to the packing cubes. So packing cubes are literally a game changer. And I think, Teg, you use packing cubes too, right?
Yes, I do.
I think you had yours.
Yeah, I think I got them for Hawaii because mine are Hawaii themed.
Okay, yeah. And I remember you offered them to me, I think, for my Bali trip. And I was like, girl, I'm going to get my own because apparently these are amazing. And I ended up getting some for Christmas that year. Yeah. And I've never gone back since. Like, even for a weekend getaway bag, like just an overnight trip, I will still use my packing cubes because it just like saves so much space. Like it condenses everything, sucks the air out, makes everything squished into like this one little tiny cube. Yeah. And then the rest of your bag is like, free for you to shop when you're at your destination, or you can put in your shoes and you can now have space for an extra pair of shoes or whatever it is. So 10 out of 10 recommend.
And I feel like it makes it so much easier when you're at your destination because it's not like I used to be like have a nice organized suitcase, but then as soon as you start pulling things out, it's just a big jumbled mess and you don't know where anything is. Where now it's like, so I want this pair of jeans. I pull it out. Maybe your jeans packing cube's a little messed up, but everything else is still in place. And I love it. I have like a travel like toiletries bag as well that I use that you can hang off a hanger that is also amazing. And I'm just all about, now I keep all of the like dust bags that like shoes and jewelry come in. And I use those also. So I'll use my packing cubes and then like I put all my belts in a dust bag and I'll put shoes in. And then it's just so much easier.
Yeah. And like you said, it keeps everything together. Like how you choose to organize it is up to you. Like sometimes I'll have like a shirt packing cube, a bottoms packing cube. Other times I'll like put day outfits together versus night outfits in a different packing cube. Like whatever system works. And then I also have started keeping those bags. So it's like my jewelry is you know, all in one spot when I go to travel, or my shoes are, you know, not getting everything dirty. Like they have their own bag. Like seriously, such a game changer. Yeah.
Yeah, so good.
And it might sound basic, but I've seen so many people pack and I'm like, what did you do here? Like you
How
did it wrong.
That?
Like, yeah, like why did you do this to yourself? But
are you, Sadie, a person who unpacks all your stuff, or do you just live out of the suitcase?
It depends how long I'm there and like what my options are. So if it's just like 1 or 2 nights, I don't typically unpack. But if I'm there longer than that and there's like a dresser, I would love to like unpack and stay, like feel like I'm staying forever. But it really depends. Yeah. Like in Bali, I was there for a week and we had like this really big closet. So I hung all my stuff in half of it and my roommate used the other half. I think there were drawers too I put stuff in. So I was like, I'm here, you know, and it makes it easier where you can see everything all like out. But yeah. What about you?
I'm the same. I'm usually an unpacker because I get stressed that my clothes will get wrinkled if they stay in my suitcase.
Oh my gosh. I hate wrinkles. I relate to that so much.
I hate ironing too. So I'm like, just get it out of there and hang it up. And I'm a big like put it in the bathroom when you shower and the steam will make it work.
Get it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm usually an unpacker because I also just like pack, I feel like so much and everything's in compartments. So then I like to take the compartments out and then I can see them. And I'm like a visual person that I need to see everything because I'm like a baby with object permanence where if I can't see it, I forget it exists. So it needs to be like in front of my face.
Well, hey, that is good self-awareness, you know? You know that about yourself. Now you know how to work with it. I love it.
Exactly.
I thought you were going to ask me if I'm the type of person who unpacks as soon as I get home or if it sits and waits.
Oh, that's a good question too.
It is. And people are going to be like, this girl's literally crazy because I'm the type of person who unpacks immediately. As soon as I'm in the door, I take my bag to my bedroom and I unpack it because, and I know that's unpopular, but it just stresses me out. Like I can't settle in and be home if there's already a growing list of things to do, starting with unpacking. Like I just can't. I can't do that.
Yeah, I'm the opposite where that's what Tyrell does. And now it's getting to the point where he unpacks for me because he's like,
oh gosh,
I'm done with this. But
that's going to be me in my future relationship.
But I'm like, because I have no object permanence, if I don't see it, it's not an issue for me. So
that's
it's
so
fine.
Funny. Yeah, even like my makeup bag, I'm like, this needs to be unpacked immediately and put back in my medicine cabinet. I can't go the week just pulling my makeup out when I need it. Like, no, it needs to be put away immediately. Yeah.
That's like Chrissy Teagan. She says that she unpacks her purse as soon as she gets in the house. Now, presumably she changes her purse with each outfit, which is why. But she was like, I can't stand like lint in my purse or like receipts or anything. So she's like, I take my wallet out and put it in its place. And then my purse is just my purse. And I have to repack it if I pick that purse to go with my outfit.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm not like that. My purse, mainly because I use the same purse.
Yeah,
like,
that's me too. She probably has like a million purses. So that's why.
Yeah. My purse is like literally my dumping grounds. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, if you need it, I probably have it if I have my purse. Like, yeah. So funny. I feel this is a very telling episode of the type of people we are.
Yeah.
But that's it. Is like fashion, I feel, is like such an indication of the type of person you are. So you want to make sure you're like putting thought and like making sure it's an accurate representation of who you are or who you are aspiring to be.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So I thought let's end it on this little October challenge that I have already talked about. But this is, if you're working on your monthly goals still, I feel this could be a really great monthly goal. So if you are still working from home and you find you're still wearing pajamas most days, or those really comfy lounge, outfits, leggings, whatever it is, we challenge you to put together an outfit and wear actual clothes 2 to 3 days a week. And this is every week for the month of October. And just see on those days if it boosts your productivity, if it puts you in a better mood, if it encourages you to leave the house because, you're dressed. So why not take that walk? Why not go to Starbucks or whatever it is? Yeah. Just see how it impacts you and your mental health, because it's been a game changer for, I think, both of us. And it's really not like a huge undertaking. Like, we're just asking you to put on clothes. And it's a game changer. So that is our challenge to you guys.
Great. I think that's where we're going to leave it.
Yeah.
Great. Well, thanks everyone for listening. We put out a new episode every single Tuesday, so make sure you follow and are subscribed to us so that you see when those new episodes drop. We are on social media, on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Spotify, Pinterest, at Our Golden 20s if you want to see what we're doing the rest of the week. And we are also on Patreon, which is the best way to show your support for the podcast for as little as $2. We try to put additional content there, as well as we always drop the episodes early there. So that is everything. So thank you so much for listening.
We'll see you next Tuesday.